The desert sun burned hot over the valley as the cowboy, rugged and broad-shouldered, stood tied to the wooden post at the center of the Apache camp. His wrists were bound tight with rawhide, the coarse rope biting into his skin, but he didn't flinch. Dust clung to the sweat on his face, his eyes steady as the entire tribe gathered around in a wide circle. The silence was heavy, the kind that made even the wind hold its breath. He'd ridden through this valley before, never meaning harm. But this time, he was caught between misunderstanding and vengeance. The Apache chief, a man with hair long and silver as the moonlight, stood tall before him, his hand raised to silence the murmuring crowd. "You came to our land with a gun and no permission," the chief said, his voice deep, resonant with years of wisdom and loss. "You shot one of our horses. You think this is the way of your kind?" The cowboy's jaw tightened. "It was an accident," he said quietly. "Your horse charged at me. I meant no harm to your people." But no one believed him. The tribe had seen enough of white men to know that accidents often meant death, loss, and broken promises. The chief lowered his hand and turned to his warriors. "Justice must be done," he declared. The crowd murmured in agreement. "At sundown his life ends." The cowboy closed his eyes briefly. He'd faced danger before. Bandits, storms, even death itself, but this was different. There was no gun, no way out. Only honor left to hold on to. Yet among the faces in the crowd, one pair of eyes didn't look at him with hatred. She was there, the chief's daughter, Ayanna. Her name meant eternal blossom, and her presence matched it, strong yet gentle, fierce yet full of light. She'd seen him before, months ago, when he had helped one of their young boys, who'd fallen from his horse, near the river. She had never forgotten the way he carried the boy back, nor the look in his eyes, humility, not arrogance. Now seeing him bound and condemned, something inside her stirred. She stepped forward, her moccasins brushing the dust, her long braids swaying in the wind. The tribe went silent. Even the chief frowned, unsure what his daughter meant to do. "Ayanna," he warned softly, "do not speak for this man. His fate is already sealed." But she didn't stop. Ayanna walked up to the cowboy and stood before him, her gaze unwavering. "Tell me," she said, "why did you return to our valley if not to take from us again?" The cowboy met her eyes. "Because I owed your people a debt," he said. "Your brother's horse, the one that fell, didn't survive the storm last winter. I came to bring another. It was meant as peace, not trouble." The chief's eyes widened slightly. He hadn't heard that before. The crowd exchanged glances. Ayanna turned to her father. "He speaks the truth. I saw him last spring by the river. He helped our boy. He carried him home, when others would have ridden away." Murmurs rippled through the people. The old chief's face softened. For a moment, but pride was a stubborn stone. "Words are wind," he said. "How do we know this is not another lie?" The cowboy took a deep breath. "Untie me," he said. "If I'm lying, kill me yourself. But let me show you what I brought." The chief hesitated, then motioned to a warrior. The ropes fell loose and the cowboy rubbed his sore wrists. He walked to his horse tied near a tent and opened the saddlebag. Inside was a small bundle of hand-carved tools and ornaments, things of peace, not war. Then, from behind the horse, he brought out a young stallion, strong and beautiful, its coat shining in the sun. "This horse was raised by my own hands," he said. "It's yours, the tribe's, for the one that was lost." Gasps spread through the crowd. The gift was not just valuable, it was honorable. No man offered a horse unless he meant to bridge worlds. The chief's face changed, torn between anger and understanding. Ayanna stepped closer to her father and whispered, something no one else heard at first. Her voice trembled but held power. Finally she turned, and with tears glistening in her eyes, she spoke aloud. "He saved us once before." Those 4 words fell like thunder. The tribe froze. Everyone remembered that storm, the one that nearly took the lives of 2 children caught near the river's edge. The old chief had been searching for them when they were found safe, wrapped in a blanket not of Apache make, but of a cowboy's saddlecloth. The realization spread slowly, like dawn breaking through darkness. The same man now stood before them, condemned for a crime he hadn't committed. The chief's stern face broke. He looked at the cowboy, then to his daughter, then back at the people. "If what my daughter says is true," he said, his voice softer, "then this man is not our enemy. He is a friend we have judged without heart. He turned to the cowboy, eyes full of newfound respect. You came with honor and we met you with fear. For that I ask forgiveness. The cowboy's chest rose with emotion he didn't expect. Ain't no forgiveness needed, he said quietly. I reckon we both just protected what we love. The chief nodded, slowly, and extended his hand. Then let this be the start of something new between our people and yours. The two men clasped hands, and the tribe began to cheer. Ayanna smiled, tears of relief falling freely now. The young stallion was brought forward as a symbol of peace, and the cowboy stood beside the chief's daughter. The tension of moments ago turning into something deeper, a bond that neither language nor blood could break. That evening, as the sun sank behind the ridges, music rose from the Apache camp. The drums echoed across the valley, not as a sound of judgment, but of unity. The cowboy sat by the fire, watching the stars appear, feeling the strange comfort of belonging somewhere he'd once feared. Ayanna sat beside him, her voice soft. You risked everything for people who would have killed you, she said. He looked at her, smiling,